welcome to Incoherent Thoughts, episode 29, with me, your usual host and King Regent, Gabriel Bene, and my co-host,
That's me. Hi.
Blueberry. And this week we have a special guest, if he would introduce himself.
What up, you fucks?
Okay.
My name's Enigma.
Well, there you go. That's pretty much him in a nutshell. Enigma is an old friend from back in the Xbox Live gaming era. Oh, goodness me.
It is.
What a great time.
What a good time.
Yeah, good times, those.
Yeah. God.
Remember we used to kill each other in Halo?
Yeah. And, God, we played way too much Halo, but...
Yeah, we really did. It's like an unhealthy amount.
Yeah. But...
It's like doing heroin, except it didn't fuck up our teeth.
Heroin doesn't fuck up your teeth. It's meth.
Well, you know.
Alright. But yeah, so Enigma is just an old friend, and recently he's just been, you've just been streaming, right?
Yeah, that shit's fun. It's taxing though. Like you would think that'd be easy just to sit in front of a camera and play video games all day. When you're trying to interact with an audience, God, that like I can do 3 hours and then like I start to get tired. I start to notice like I'm just physically drained.
Oh, really? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. Like when you're just playing video games normally, it's fine. But when you're talking, you're constantly staying engaged and you're paying attention to a whole bunch of other shit aside from the game. It really is like physically taxing.
Do you get like that too, Brad? Because I know you don't usually go it for like longer than 3 hours, do you?
Hell, if I'll go 3 hours, maybe 2 at most.
Does it ever like? Do you ever feel? I mean, you usually do it pretty late, anyways, right? But do you ever feel like? Does it actually tire you out recording like your Let's Plays and stuff?
Not really. I mean, I can't imagine it would be as hard as streaming. It's just, just talking about shit and focusing on the game. Don't really have to focus on an audience directly.
Yeah, it seems like with Let's Playing, it's less multitasking. With streaming, like it's truly just like doing multiple things at once. With Let's Play, it's just doing the one thing and trying to keep that one thing interesting the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever I lost my train of thought there. Choo-choo. But whenever I would do like a Let's Play, it'd be really easy just because I'm just focusing on the game. I'm just saying what it is that I'm doing. When you're streaming, it's like you're looking at the audience, you're watching out for what they say, you're trying to interact with them. And when you have a webcam, it's like you're paying attention to what you're doing physically.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to do something weird or shit. Or just...
Yeah, where it's like, oh man, I'm streaming in my underwear, then I just happen to stand up.
Yeah, that could be, hey man, it's for the viewers, right? Let them accidentally see my ass.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Twitch streamers want to see is just dong and ass.
Hey man, maybe you got some lady viewers who got their eye on you.
Haha, hey ladies, wink wink.
Yeah, girls really love those Let's Players and Twitch streamers, man.
Yeah, I know, right? You get all the bitches with that.
Yeah.
They just come by the flock.
So, what have you been playing on stream recently then?
Last week I finished up Dishonored. I played it on very hard, complete stealth. I killed no one.
Oh wow.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was when you use the black magic, it's pretty easy, but that's only because I've beaten the game twice already. So I knew where everything was, I knew what to do, but if you don't, it'd be pretty time consuming.
Gotcha. So you really gotta like know the whole what is it, like runes or glyphs or something system really well?
Yeah, you would have to know like what each power does, what are the perks to getting one over the other. Where all the like little hidden passages are. because that's a big thing. Is like, where can you go that they won't see you?
How many times did you like get caught and then just run away? Because that's what I always end up doing in stealth games.
No, I had to restart from checkpoint every time I got caught.
Oh, really? Like you can't.
Yeah, I was
just,
trying to
like,
get the achievement.
Oh, you weren't getting caught at all, too? I thought you just weren't killing.
Yeah,
them.
I didn't. Oh no, I didn't kill nobody, and it was complete stealth. It was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, God. Yeah,
It's funny how like I did the last mission in maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and that was just because it was a lengthy mission. Like the first map, I got caught for like 2 hours. I was just like, what the fuck? Everything that I did was a mistake. It kept pissing me off. Like I would turn the corner, there'd be a guard there, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "You fucking asshole, just go somewhere. Go!"
Yeah, I got you. I'm so bad at stealth games. I like stealth games, but I'm just so fucking horrible at them. Like Metal Gear Solid. I played a bit of. God, we just talked about it. The game you were just talking about. What's the name of it?
Dishonored?
Yeah, Dishonored. I played a bit of Dishonored. There's Metal Gear Solid. There's a few other stealth games that are I'm failing to remember, but I'm always bad at them and get caught and then like end up just like killing everybody.
Yeah, normally I would do the same thing, but I really wanted that achievement.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. What have you been recording lately, Brad? I think you're still doing The Witcher, right?
Yeah, I'm doing The Witcher 3.
How's that going?
It's going okay now. I had huge frame rate issues with that shit earlier.
Yeah. Did you so you?
I heard about that on the last podcast.
Yeah. Did you finally get it fixed then?
Yeah, I did. I can still barely run it at 60 FPS on minimum settings,
Oh God.
but I can do it.
Is it? Is it just because it's like I forget what the exact term, but like transferred over to PC poorly? I guess it's a poor port.
Oh,
Yeah.
ported.
I don't know. I asked Ryan about it, and he said that it's just my generation of graphics card has really bad benchmarks on that game.
Huh.
Which graphics card do you have?
I got a 780 Ti.
You have a 780? I have a fucking 760, and I'm able to run the game fine.
Maybe it is something for me then, but either way, yeah. Well, I'm talking about recording it, but
Yeah, well, no, let me not say that because I still haven't tried to record it yet. I did stream it once, though, and I think I feel your pain on that.
It has a lot of pop-in issues as well.
Yeah, it does. I was playing it earlier, and I was just like, wow, that grass 10 feet in front of me. It's going to wait until I get there.
God.
All right, but what are your impressions of the game now that I mean, I assume you're pretty heavily into it, and now that you've fixed some of the issues, are you enjoying it a lot more?
Yeah, I played it a fair bit off recording as well. It's a really good game. Like the combat's pretty good. The quests have been really fun actually. Pretty intriguing, some of them, and the side quests have been fun. Haven't found any good ones that are there yet.
And it's a really like expansive world, and it can get pretty, I don't know, intricate in all the details and like stuff that you can look into. Are you enjoying like the world in it and stuff? Because you didn't play the first or second, right, Brad?
I only briefly played the second, not enough to really know much about it, but yeah, no, it's awesome.
You played more than I did then. I never touched the second one.
I played the first for like a few hours and the second for not even an hour. I don't know. I don't know.
You said, fuck this game.
I don't know.
I'm not playing
I
it
have
anymore.
a lot of issues with staying with a game for the whole game.
Did you ever play Fallout 3?
Yeah, I beat that. I played a lot of Fallout 3. I always play a lot of the Elder Scrolls or Bethesda games.
I played New Vegas. I mean, that was a thing.
Yeah. I didn't play New Vegas until a lot later.
Yeah, I've never played Fallout 3.
You should go back now that Fallout 4 is announced.
This is true.
I think that's as good as a segue as any. Let's talk about E3 a bit. We're a bit late because last week we basically published a week from before that last week, so we didn't really get to talk about E3 during the week. It was super relevant, but oh well.
Yeah, E3, woo!
The late hype.
Yeah, well, fuck it. You know, it because you were talking, I didn't want to cut you off midway with just a fucking woo.
Oh, you just wanted to say it to the original me bringing up E3? I gotcha. Yeah, E3 was pretty fucking hype this year. I think it was better than last year. Last year it had a few games, but, like, not nearly as many awesome, like, just really super hyped up titles as this year.
Yeah, because last year at E3, it was, all right, guys, we're going to do something that we've never done before. We're going to remake the game you played 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the... Bitch, it was the year of the remake. All they were doing was just giving us HD remasters and everything. And we're like, oh, okay, that's pretty. But this year, we got fucking HoloLens.
That's what you're most excited about?
What is that?
HoloLens is a virtual reality thing, right?
Yeah, it's how do I put it? It's like a big ass pair of goggles that you put on your face, and then it projects things in front of you, or it creates the illusion that things are projected in front of you, and they're like in 3D space, so you can walk around essentially what's a hologram.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like it's just funny how they premiered it with Minecraft. They had a table set up.
I saw that, yeah.
I saw that too, actually.
Yeah, that's what HoloLens is, but they still have yet to use it in more applications, which I think that once that system becomes like publicly available, because right now I'm pretty sure that shit is running off of like a hypercomputer.
Oh yeah, there you go. I was gonna say once it becomes like cheaply publicly available.
Now, once they refine that shit to where you can run it on a home PC, or just something that's at home, it could be used for a lot of really interesting things. Like think about this: HoloLens in a hospital.
That's true. Yeah, you
right?
could, like,
they give you like a model of the 3D anatomy. Well, that too.
Yeah, it could be very cool, but for
it'll be just like connecting the hospital.
It'll be really expensive for probably a few years at least, if not more than that.
Oh hell yeah!
So, but yeah, that's definitely something cool to look forward to. I mean, and not only just that got released, but like a lot of the other ones, the one Facebook bought out. They're still hyping that one up.
Oh, Oculus. Yeah, Oculus is still a good thing because like HoloLens, it puts 3D things in your world. Oculus takes you out of your world and puts you in the game world.
So a lot of cool things on the technology side for sure, but also we just got a lot of just really great game titles this year to look forward to.
Yeah, we did.
So the one I'm most excited for should be pretty easy to guess for anyone who actually listens to the show. Is the FF7?
Is it the Minecraft DLC?
The FF7 remake, man. Oh my goodness.
That fucking thing. Yeah,
they didn't show any gameplay. It's just the exact same trailer from the original game, the opening cinematic, but it looks pretty, so I'm hyped.
Look, I don't care. It's real this time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sony.
Yeah,
thank you, because the first time you showed it,
PS3,
it was just...
when they first announced PS3, they did a look at what we can run on the PS3, and it was just like an HD.
Why would you choose Final Fantasy?
They made an HD demo and trailer, Brad, for an FF7 remake to show how powerful the PS3 is back when they made it, but then never did anything with it. It was like a huge cock tease. But
it was like think about it this way, right? You're with a girl for a while, right? You spend a bunch of money and everything. You guys haven't done anything yet, and then she makes you wait like 7 years, and then you guys finally not have sex. You guys finally kiss.
I think it was longer than 7 years too.
Yeah, it has been. When the PS3 get released? 2006?
Yeah, 2006. And the Xbox was 2005, I think.
It's been 9 years now.
So.
Can you picture that? I want you to picture that, Bradley.
I don't know, man.
Just put that in your mind.
I don't know, man.
That's the fucking worst. They picked like do it with what's a game that they do?
I don't know.
What's that one with God? Killzone. Do it with Killzone. Don't do it with Final Fantasy VII. But now it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is a thing and it is real. I don't give a fuck if they remade the original trailer. I know that it exists now. I can die happy.
Well, I'd like to die after I get to play it, but yeah. What'll be interesting?
Just bury me with it.
Just bury you with it. What'll be interesting is if it's a rehaul of the game too, because I would actually enjoy that if they sort of changed some things up, maybe added some more content to the game more than just like a texture and engine update. So hopefully I'm hoping that they do more to it than just update the engine and textures.
Oh, what if they do this, right? What if now you can summon Aeons just like you could in Final Fantasy X, but instead of Aeons, it's just characters from other games?
So you want to play Dissidia?
Yeah, exactly. And then like they have a system where you could borrow money, and then if you don't pay the money
what is
back
up with you and loan
when you're in the
sharks?
middle of a
We were
fight.
having a conversation before the podcast, and he was talking about loan sharks too. Do you owe money to someone? Are you a loan shark? What is going on?
Now hold on, Pi. Now, before we start asking these questions, we need to first find the answer, and the answer is when you're in the middle of a fight, the loan shark comes right and then stabs you in the chest, and then takes the money.
Jeez.
Why are you? Okay. Okay, I'm just not gonna ask you because maybe I'll be legally implicated if I know the answer. So we're gonna move on.
It's alright, look, we can just pretend this never happened.
Okay. So the next game that I'm probably is it the most? No, okay. I don't know. It's hard to say which game I'm next most hyped for. It's one of two. It's either Fallout 4 or Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, here's how we could do, right? Fallout 4, it's a thing. Alright, move on. Kingdom Hearts 3. It's gonna be a thing. Alright, next topic.
What? No, dude. You can't leave those games behind. They're like some of the hypest shit that got announced this year.
Well, I mean, like, Kingdom Hearts, we can't really say... Well, like, we can talk about what we've seen, but what did we see?
We saw gameplay.
We saw...
It was gorgeous.
No. We saw Square Enix dangling a shiny thing in front of us that we really want, and then they pulled it back, and they're like, haha, we're working on it.
Yeah, but...
That's exactly what they did.
But they showed
last
us
year.
in-engine stuff, though.
This is true.
And it was super gorgeous. It was, like, really colorful and polished. It was really, really, really nice looking.
Did you notice that it looks different from the last time that they showed it? Like, the last time that they showed us, it was a little bit, like, too dark.
Yeah.
And now
really
they
vibrant,
put in more
colorful,
color.
Bright. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like summons are a lot more integral than in Kingdom Hearts 2, which would be cool. Because Kingdom Hearts 2, like, you literally just use Tinkerbell and that was it. Tinkerbell would just, like, heal your whole party, and so that's the only one that you would ever need. But it looks like they're trying to make them... And also, like, the summons are supposed to be, like, Disney World rides. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of, like, just random Disney characters helping you out, you just, like, summon a Disney World ride to, like, fuck up enemies. Which is pretty amusing.
I can't wait until the summon comes up where it's a Star Wars ride, and you're in the middle of a battlefield, and you owe someone money, and then...
Please don't say something about loan sharks.
That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Boba Fett comes up and stabs you in the chest and takes your money. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a loan shark.
Okay. Well. Alright then. Fallout 4 though, there's a lot of hype for that game. I'm hyped up for it.
Fuck ton amount of hype
But,
for that game. Although, for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. I doubt that it's going to be a bad game, but I am wondering how they're going to improve on the previous Fallout games, because they were such good games. I don't know if they're just gonna do like a COD thing where don't fix it if it isn't broke. or if they're gonna like
COD
try
has
and
been doing
reinvent
that
the
every
wheel and
year.
like create an entire different experience with the game. And it seems like they're trying to do that based off a lot of like, they added voice actors for the main character. The dialogue system is a little bit different. It's a lot more dynamic. You can like build.
You can talk now.
Yeah, you can build things. You can control like, you can give commands to your dog at all times or some stuff. So it seems like they're trying to do a lot more stuff with it, and it's also apparently like 4 times. I don't know. It's like 10 times the size of Skyrim or something ridiculous.
Did they say
Skyrim's
how?
fucking huge?
Yeah. Did they say how big it was compared to Fallout 3?
No, they did not.
Damn. Just curious.
But it is very very big, a lot bigger. So it should be really cool. I'm definitely excited. I love the Fallout games, or at least Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and I'm really looking forward to playing that later this year. I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, anybody getting the Pip-Boy edition?
I might be. I'm not sure. We'll see how broke I am.
It's all right, man. I'm pretty broke too. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get like a can of beans, cut a hole in it, and just put it on my wrist.
Oh, that's your Pip-Boy?
Yeah, I'm gonna just tape my phone to the top of it.
You know what's funny? When you're living in the struggle, you don't say if I have the money, then I'll do it. You say if I'm not too broke, then I'll do it.
If I'm not too broke. If I'm not too broke, which I am, by the way.
Yeah, the struggle is real, man.
Shit looks pretty. What I like about Fallout 4, more what they didn't do rather than what they did do,
Mm-hmm.
is that they didn't make it like really hyper realistic.
Yeah, they have the same kind of aesthetic that they had going on. Like it's still good looking, but it's nothing like they're not going for like the Division or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I like that better.
It's kind of cartoony.
That they took what they had and they just made it look better.
Mm-hmm. Plus, there's always mods. So if you wanted to make it look hyper realistic and over the top, pretty.
That's only if you have a PC that could run it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, most people who are stuck on the console are like, yeah, well, mods suck. No, they don't.
Mods are sick.
Have you seen how fucking pretty Skyrim looks with just like 6 mods?
Yeah. So, I mean, even if they release it with like, not the greatest textures, like, there will be mods quickly. Quickly.
I think they'll do the Skyrim thing where it's like, guys, you thought that the fucking cloth looked real before? Wait till we add the 4K texture.
Yeah, so definitely excited about those. How about you, Brett? You excited about anything? I think they announced like Dark Souls 3, didn't they?
Yes, I want that. I also want another Pikmin game, but besides that,
didn't they release
hopefully Dark
Pikmin
Souls
3
3
like a little while ago? Like a few years ago?
Yeah, but I want a 4th one.
Did you play
Did
Pikmin
you play the 3rd one?
No, I can't. I don't have a system to play it.
Why do you want a 4th one? Are you going to buy a system for the 4th one?
No.
I am going to eventually play it. I just really enjoyed the first 2 games.
Yeah,
he wants the 4th one because he hopes that it's going to come out for like the other consoles or for PC.
Nintendo will just magically be like,
guys.
guys, we are also porting the PC now.
Guys, hold on, just think about this for a second, right? Pikmin, port it to the PC, and then there's a mod that changes all the little Pikmin into Oompa Loompas, and it turns you into Charlie from the Chocolate Factory.
I can see it. Bart can see it too.
Yeah, exactly.
But alright, so
Bart agrees.
Pikmin, okay, but that did get announced. But Dark Souls 3 did get announced. So,
It did.
what did you think of Dark Souls 3, Brett?
I think they made a very pretty trailer.
Alright, fair enough. Do you think...
Yeah, if there were an award for Trailer of the Year, that wouldn't win.
Yeah, probably not. But, I don't know. Are you excited for Dark Souls 3? I think you prefer Dark Souls 1 to 2, right?
I did.
So,
But still, they're both really good games, so I'm looking forward to it.
do you think Dark Souls 3 will be for, worse, or do you think maybe they'll turn around and make something more unique and better this time, or what would you speculate or hope or dream?
Hope or dream.
Dream.
There's
I
slightly
mean,
different, I think.
They could be. Depends on the context. Anyway. So yeah, with Dark Souls 3, I I don't know. I kind of like what they're doing with it. I just want, a little better map design than the second one, and I wouldn't mind some unique things.
Alright.
But they could keep the rest of it.
Just the COD mentality. Alright. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Keep the rest of it. Just change the buttons.
Change the buttons. Add some new guns, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Add a care package.
Alright. And
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
we moving on from Dark Souls, or we?
Yeah, I was gonna let you talk about you're probably most hyped Dishonored 2, right?
Oh hell, I am fucking amped for that shit.
Alright.
Then I could curse as long as it made sense, and that made perfect sense.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So the Dishonored 2 was one of the very few games, or I should rather say one of the very first games that I went in knowing absolutely nothing. I just heard that the game existed, and I got it. And it was fun. Like, I really liked the story. I liked the level design. I really fell in love with the world, though. The world that they had built.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what engrossed me in it. And there was also, like, the funny thing where after you would kill people or just, like, knock them out, you could rearrange their bodies. So what I did was I just started doing a bunch of weird shit. Like, I'd throw about, like, 3 dudes in a tub. I'd put, like, the whole yard of guards just on bunk beds. And then I'd just take pictures.
You sound like you have way too much time.
Hold on. Yeah,
Okay.
that was fun. It really was.
All right.
So, that aside, though, the game mechanics were pretty good in terms of everything. Like, I felt like you weren't necessarily overpowered. Like, you can't take on everybody at once.
You can't Assassin's Creed it.
Nah, hell no. You can't take on the entire city and then make it through.
You can't end up with a
Like,
pile of 100 dead guards around you and just be like, oh, that's it?
Nah. Because, like, if you're fighting 2 guards, you're busy trying to block the one,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to go to the other, and then there's a 3rd guard in the back shooting you.
Gotcha.
Like, you can take them out if you, like, freeze time and then shoot them with a gun, but that's, where is the fun in that, huh?
So, what are you excited about for Dishonored 2? Did they only release a trailer for it, or what did they release? I didn't actually see it.
They only released the trailer and tidbits of information.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Did any of you play Dishonored?
I played a chunk of it, but not enough to be able to talk intricately on it.
All right. Well, the Dishonored 2 apparently takes place in a different city.
Mm-hmm.
Starts with a C. I don't remember. What? I have a book here too that could tell me it. Like, I bought the book. It is a book called Dishonored: The Dunwall Archives, and it's a bunch of, like, art and shit from the game.
Gotcha.
But more on that later. Anyway, it takes place in another city because the first one took place in Dunwall.
Mm-hmm.
And you play as Emily, which is the princess to Dunwall. And for some reason, she's an assassin now. And she's trying to assassinate some dude. At least this is what I picked up from the trailer. She now has the mark of the Outsider, which the Outsider is, like, the source of all magic in that world.
Gotcha.
You could kind of think of him like the devil, but he's really not.
Okay.
And the main character from the first game was the protector to her mother, which her mother died. Spoilers.
No, yeah, I know that. That happens in, like, the first 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, that he was that, and she looks at him like a father. Like, there's even one point in the game where she draws a picture and she writes "Daddy."
All right.
So I'm assuming he's still alive in this game just because of the fact that, you okay with me saying what happens at the end of Dishonored?
Yeah, just I mean, spoiler alert, I guess, but go ahead.
Yeah, just they go there. So they show what happens in the future, and when Corvo dies, Emily has gray hair, and because of that, I figured, oh, so he's still alive in this game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And if the wiki thing is accurate, you can play as him or her, and she's grown now. She's a fully grown woman, and she's killing people.
All right, cool. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Although, I mean, I played the first one, but it's the same thing I always have. Where like I just if I don't get into a game quickly, then I'll just stop playing it. So
Just stop.
yeah, but so what would you be looking forward to in the second game? Just like learning more about the world, or like do you want them to just like make the gameplay more diverse, interesting?
Well, one thing I would like for them to do is like reward people who played the first game. I always like that when they notice that you've played the other game. And there's also the fact that what they didn't do with the first one was that they released DLC, and it didn't really matter what you did in the main game. The DLC wasn't necessarily affected by it.
Mm.
I'd kind of like that, you know, if the world was more affected in other versions of the game by the things that you did in the other version of the game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah, but I just kind of want to see the game. Like, there's nothing really specific that I can say about it as of yet, since not much information has come out about it.
All right.
Even though like I can make a whole bunch of inferences on it, that doesn't necessarily make it true.
Gotcha. Well, moving on to some more games. They also released
Yeah, games.
not games, please. we are in NYC with you, man.
You know, it just look. I gotta be hyped. All right,
You got a rep.
is the sun out yet? Oh no, I say I gotta be hyped. You know, I gotta keep the what's this shit again? The morale alive.
Morale. Okay, I gotcha.
Bradley, get hyped with me, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at him. He's hyped.
Yeah, Brad's super hype.
Whoa.
But yeah, so they announced a few more games that I'm looking forward to. Probably at the forefront of those is Star Wars Battlefront. I used to play the old Star Wars Battlefront a lot, and so DICE, the people who own or who work on the Battlefront series, the more realistic, just first person
Yeah,
shooter.
Don't DICE own the Frostbite
Yeah,
engine?
they do the Frostbite engine. So they're doing the Star Wars Battlefront 3. And there's a lot of hype and kind of like, I don't know, doubt at the same time about whether they'll do it right. Because a lot of what made the old game really good was how open it was, like, and how many different types of combat there were at any given time, and a bunch of different maps and a bunch of different modes to all play on. And DICE and EA tend to limit their content a lot of the time, especially on release, and then maybe they release a lot of things later, right, to make you pay more. So a lot of people are suspicious about that, but I don't know. I'm hoping that they do the game justice. They do already have the format kind of laid out for them, so unless they just take out content or features, I don't see how they could like fuck it up. So I think it'll be a good game. Whether it'll be as good as like Battlefront 2, which you could just play that game for like hours and hours and hours without getting bored. I don't know if it'll be that good, but hopefully it will be. And we'll just have to see, I guess. Did you guys play that game?
Which one?
Battlefront 2?
I didn't play Battlefront 2. I played the one for the PSP.
Yeah.
Where
Star
there's
Wars Battlefront 2, though? Yeah.
That was the one, right?
Yeah. It was on PSP.
Huh.
Also, yeah, I played it.
I didn't even know they had it on the PSP.
Mhm. That's the version I played it on. I played it a few times on the PS2, but mostly on PSP.
I played a good chunk of it on Xbox.
On Xbox, yeah, it was on Xbox too. Yeah, it was a good game. Did you, if you played a good chunk, you liked it a lot then too, Brad?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, a lot of what people are complaining about is apparently they want to take out the space battles.
Yeah.
Nah, leave them there. We don't get that in Destiny. We got to get them here.
Yeah, the space battles.
Plus, it's fucking Star Wars. It's in the name.
True, true. And I always really enjoyed the space battles too. They were really cool.
Hell yeah!
Uh,
Remember that one level in Halo Reach? Probably the highlight of the whole fucking game.
yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. But yeah, it was definitely really, really well done in Star Wars Battlefront 2, because they kind of kept the whole conquest system going, where like you would have to control points. Well, no, they didn't. You just like destroyed parts of the ship, and then, but like it was really cool. It was really fluid. Like you could go into their ship and like kill the people while they're trying to take off and stuff. You could just kill the people of the ship, or you could just focus on different parts of the ship. You could just go around dueling different planes. It was really, really well done, and I really enjoyed the space combat. So it'd be a shame if they took that out.
Man, it looked really pretty at least.
Yeah, the trailer definitely did look really, really pretty. The Frostbite engine is definitely one of the better ones out there.
Hell yeah! Did you see the gameplay though?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was gameplay, but I don't know. I'm hesitant with EA. They're a tricky company.
Yeah, they're like, guys, look, it looks so pretty. And then when the game comes out, remember all that cool shit you saw in the trailer? Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
But if the trailer or the gameplay that they had is what it looks like, it's absolutely ridiculous how great it looks. Granted, they kind of did a snow level, so it's easier to like on Hoth, so it's easier for it to look really impressive because no one really has super dynamic snow physics in a game yet.
This is true.
So
Maybe if they get like the snow physics that they used in the movie Frozen,
yeah, true.
then they'll get good snow.
So it looks like they had pretty dynamic snow physics in that, and then the sound in the trailer was like super on point. It sounded really good. So I don't know. I'm hopeful.
You got to keep hope alive.
Gotta keep hope alive. And then the other two games, a little bit less to talk on. Last Guardian got finally like it poked its head back out again after like a decade.
Yeah, it's like, guys, remember this?
Yeah.
It's a thing. We're still working on it.
For people who don't
Give us
know,
more money.
like The Last Guardian is by the people who did Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, which are both like really, really, really well done, kind of like action adventure games on the PS2. But they're like had a very interesting artistic and visual style that were like it felt very grandiose and whimsical when you were playing the games, you know?
Yeah.
So
This one kind of looks like a watercolor painting.
yeah, and so if Ico and Shadow of the Colossus were both really great games, and so people have been hyping up The Last Guardian for a really long time, but it keeps getting like lost in production. It was supposed to come out a long time ago. It was supposed to be for PS3, and now it's all the way on the next generation. So,
Yep. Well, look at the bright side. At least you get Dogbird.
true. It is the Last Guardian is like basically like this kid is running around with some literally like a last guardian of some sort that's like a giant feathered dog.
Yeah, like remember Cat Dog? It's like that, except it's the ass of a bird in the front of a dog.
Is it?
It's just a dog that can fly.
Yeah,
It has chicken
I'm pretty
legs.
sure it doesn't have with like a fucking bird face on it. It's just a dog with wings, man.
Yeah, basically. But it still has the chicken feet in the back.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does.
It's just a weird
Yeah,
ass
it's like
looking creature, and
talons.
it still behaves like a dog.
Yeah. So that could be really cool. I'd love to see that game come out, especially if it was for PS3 or not PS3. Whoa, PC. God, I wanted to.
Yeah,
I want all
PS3,
games to
PC,
be,
same thing.
I want all games to be for PC. I don't want to have to buy a console again, man. I'm done with that shit.
Man, let's not even get into that. I bought a fucking PS3, right? Specifically to play Kingdom Hearts 3. It was for nothing else. I shit you not, I didn't even buy a controller. I just got the console.
Well, it sounds like
ain't
you
that a damn
invested
shame.
poorly.
Yeah, it's like it's just like Indiana Jones. So the dude's like, "You chose poorly."
I guess.
Damn right I did.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, there have been a fair amount of exclusives for PS4 this time that I may actually look into getting that, or maybe we.
Yes, because they're not an actual remake.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I may look into getting a console this gen now, but we'll see. Hopefully enough port over to PC, but I wouldn't.
One can only hope.
Yeah. All right, and then last but not least, well, probably least, I guess, but Street Fighter 5. They're teasing that up, and I love Street Fighter, but unfortunately, all my friends fucking refuse to play with me, so I never get to play fighting games with anyone. So I'm looking forward to it, but not.
Oh
but
my
like
God.
you know, kind of like in a sad
You're reminding
way,
me of Edmund right now.
Of who?
Oh man, it was one guy that was on a podcast with us, but he's a friend of mine, because he also gets mad because I refuse to buy any fighting games.
Man, I convinced Brad to buy a fighting game called Skullgirls once. I was trying to convince us to play more, to like get better, and then we played for like half a week, and then he just didn't want to play anymore, and he won't buy any other fighting games. And it's like, just because I beat them all, they're just like, no, I don't want to play anymore, blah blah blah.
That's why I don't want to. Like, I would rather spend the money on, let's say, Witcher 3
No,
than
but
Street
you gotta
Fighter.
get better, man. You can't just expect to
Ultra
like
5.
just play me and then all of a sudden you get better. You gotta like spend your own time in practice and stuff.
No. I'm okay with us playing, but you got to bring your copy over to me, and then we'll play.
But like we just play over PC though. We don't play on console.
Nah. You gotta find a way to make that work. Like we'll use TeamViewer or some shit. And we'll make something happen.
Okay. I mean, he could probably just get an illegal copy and do it that way, but you know, whatever.
You can't play online though.
Yeah, you
So I don't
can.
think
You could
you
just set up.
You can set up a VPN.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of pirates, do you guys know what Sea of Thieves is?
No,
One.
I don't know what you're talking
Really?
about.
It was at E3.
No.
It was the first fucking game that Rare came out with in like the last 20 years.
Sea of Peas.
No,
Thieves.
no.
Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
No, I didn't watch
Okay,
all the conferences.
that makes more sense.
I just
Really?
looked at highlights and stuff. Because that
God
was
damn
just
it.
around
All
my
right.
birthday, dude. I was like busy like
Oh yeah,
planning
right.
for
That's
my
true.
party. So
Oh, like in the midst of planning for your party, a trailer for Sea of Thieves came out, and if it looks exactly like what it is, it's the game that I have been waiting for ever since I fucking played Assassin's Creed 3, and you know the whole game sucked, and then I reverted to like just doing like yo, no lie, I played through Assassin's Creed 3 right just for the story, which it sucked, but I was like, nah, I gotta push through this because there's gonna be another game, and I need to know what's happening. So after I beat the game, I was like, well, this game is a piece of shit. So I started doing all of the boat missions, like where you got your ship and you do that. I was like, yo, this part of the game is fucking great. Why don't they just make a game based off of this? Guess what? They made one, and it's called Assassin's Creed 4. And then I was happy as shit. And then I like scoured the internet looking for a game that would allow me to be a captain of a ship, and then me have crew members that actually do things. Like, I'm like, put down the sails. They're like, all right, I got to run halfway across the map, halfway across the ship to go do it, but I got you.
all right. So you're excited about that game then? It's by Rare?
Yeah, made by Rare.
Huh, that'll be cool.
Rareware.
They're only producing for Xbox now though, right?
Yeah, because Xbox bought them out a long time ago.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, never forget. But at least they're coming back out with games, and the new logo looks pretty.
Alright, well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, That's pretty much all I got for E3. Do either of you have anything to talk about E3 anymore?
Uh, Only it's something of a mention because I didn't watch any of it.
Mm.
There's a game called Lost Ark, which I heard was going to be at E3, but I have no idea. I haven't looked it up yet.
Not sure if it was there either.
do you know anything?
It's a
about it?
Korean MMO.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that the super realistic one? Where like,
The really pretty Diablo 3.
yeah, I gotcha.
Diablo.
All right.
I got
So
a
just
I
an
got a
honorable
couple
mention
things.
then?
Yeah, because I don't know. I didn't look it up, so.
All right, got it.
It's okay. Can I list off a couple honorable mentions?
Yeah,
You don't
go
mind?
ahead. Shout them out, man.
All right. Horizon Zero Dawn looks very pretty. First game that actually looks kind of original in a while. Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah.
I'm hype about that too.
Mirror's Edge was an interesting game, but like
Yeah,
it was so tied to the game. Like I don't know, it just felt like it was very shallow at the same time. You know, like it was interesting. It was good that the game was short because of that. You know, but it kind of felt like more like it was a demo or something. You know, like it was a concept idea more than a full length game. You know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But so I don't know. It'd be cool to have a sequel.
Yeah, I hope the new one is like it expands on everything and everything makes much more sense. Is Halo 5 Guardians going back to the roots?
Meaning what? What does going back to the roots mean?
Meaning how we met, bitch.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the creators were going back to the roots or something. I gotcha.
Oh no, I mean if you want to get technical, yeah, they're still taking things from the novels and everything, but
I gotcha. I just misunderstood.
For Honor gets an honorable mention because it looks very nice. In terms of gameplay, too, it looked difficult as shit though. No, nobody knows For Honor. Damn. All right, what about the Division? We know this, right?
For Honor the sword fighting one or something?
Yes, yes. For Honor was the sword fighting one.
Yeah, it looked interesting.
The Division. Oh wait, what?
Yeah. I was just saying that For Honor looked interesting.
Yeah, it does. The Division, you know, where you could take a shit but still play with your friends.
Yeah.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. Can't wait for the mod where Lara Croft's boobs get bigger.
Well, they keep downsizing them, man.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. The mod's coming.
Okay.
Another game called Everyone's Gone to Rapture. Now, the only reason why I put this on the list, right? And hear me out here. Is because I like to think that everyone disappeared because they went to Rapture from BioShock.
Okay. I gotcha.
And it's absolutely not the case. But it's still in my head.
Okay. You got a lot of honorable mentions, man.
Yeah, I know. It's just, like, a lot of these are good.
Sure.
Well, then, what is it? Damn, I wanted to say Assassin's Creed, but like the only reason why I want to bring up Persona 5 is because Persona 5 is the second game where I noticed, or at least Persona in general is the second game that I noticed. If I just say the word in a Spanish accent, it's actually another word.
Yeah.
Like Persona, if I say it in Spanish.
Is that really it? You're shouting out a game because it's also a Spanish word.
No, hold on. Yeah, because I never thought about it. Like, I did that to another game, and I was like, oh, shit, it makes sense. And then with Persona, I was like, persona, which means person.
That's true.
So, Persona is just saying person, and it makes sense.
Alright. I mean, I actually like the Persona series. It'd be really... I mean, if... I don't know, I don't know how I'd play it. If they released it for PC, I'd definitely get it, but I doubt they would.
Just do the PS2 emulator. Persona 3.
I have Persona 3 on my PSP, but I'm just saying for Persona 5, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I doubt they'll.
I
doubt they'll do it for anything I currently own, but we'll see.
Atlas still seems pretty loyal to PlayStation. Plus, it's a very Japanese company, and yeah.
Alright. Well, cool.
Okay, that was it for my long list of honorable mentions.
How honorable were those mentions, though?
It was great. It's because like I went through all the stuff of like E3, and it was like this year's E3 was great.
Yeah, it was
We had
pretty
some
hype.
good shit to look at.
It's true, very true.
Mind you, that wasn't even all the games. It was just the ones that I listed.
Yeah, true. I'm sure there's like a lot of other games that people are really hyped for, like Shenmue. I don't know, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh God, let's not even talk about that.
I almost talked about Metal
Fucking-
Gear Solid 5, but I haven't played in all the games. I've played like half of them, so I can't really. I'm sort of hyped for it, but at the same time, I don't know enough about the series to be truly hyped. Plus, it's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive probably. You know, there's also like Doom 3. Like, there's so many games that you could talk about from this year. It was a good E3 year.
It really was. Good times.
Yep. All right. Well, we talked for a fair amount. Thank you for coming on the show, Enigma, and talking to us about E3 and what you've been up to, man. Do you want to say your social media shit? Or like where people can find your content?
Sure. If you want to watch my gameplay stuff, you can find me at youtube.com/enigma905. For the live streams, twitch.tv/enigma905. And on Twitter, well, you would have thought that it was enigma905, but you're wrong. It's actually twitter.com/ant_Mejia, which is spelled MEJIA.
All right. Well, cool. Well, like I said, thanks for coming on, and I hope to have you back in the future, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Y'all take it easy. Bradley, stay black.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Well, now that Enigma is gone, we can move on to some more topics that are specifically focused on, just our interests, Bradley. And our interests are just so special. We're just the most interesting people.
Yeah.
So I think something really cool that came out this week was the Terraria 1.3 update.
Yeah, man. Like, Terraria does these nice updates where they basically double the content of the game. It takes them a long time, but they are really nice.
And not only that, but they do all this for free. Like, they basically give, like, not even DLC, like expansion packs for their game, where it's just free, just completely free expansion packs, which is just really super awesome. And it's almost really it's more than expansion packs too, because they update textures, sounds, just UI, functionality of the game. So it's really incredible how much they put in their patches. So this is their third or second one. I'm not sure.
I think it was 1.3.
Yeah, it's 1.3, but I don't know if if each of them were huge content patches, but whatever. So this is 1.3, and we played it a little bit earlier tonight, and it's still fun Terraria. There hasn't been too much new stuff that I've noticed so far. But I know there's a lot of new items and then some more mid-game and kind of late-game things that you can do now. So hopefully we'll notice more and more of it as we keep playing. But yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. Terraria is a really fun game, actually. I bought it when I didn't really have anyone to play it with, but later on, me and you started playing it. It was actually a lot of fun. There's so much I didn't realize how much, because I thought it was just kind of like a Minecraft ripoff at the time, because it came out shortly after, a few years after the Minecraft hype. But it's actually more of an adventure and exploration game than Minecraft is, where Minecraft can also just be like, a sandbox creation engine, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Terraria has a lot of really fun content to explore and to fuck around with.
Certainly does. That's why I have a few hundred hours on it.
Yeah, I must have a fair amount, at least. I don't know, probably 50. What did I check? Apparently I have 50 hours on it.
That's a good start.
That's a good start. Yeah, so that should be fun. And then also in the last few weeks, my 21st birthday happened, Brad.
Holy shit. You're older than me?
Please, you do that.
I actually forgot.
Yeah. I'm like, what, a year, 2 years older than you?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm older than you. That's all that matters. You have to respect me.
All
If
right.
we're in Japan, you do at least. Respect your elders. Bradery.
Okay. What honorific do you want then, huh?
I think it's just Sam. Or
Okay,
San.
Gabriel-san.
Yeah. But yeah. So I'm finally 21. So the last government regulated block on me based on age, except for political campaigns, has finally been removed from me. And I am finally a free citizen. To
Congratulations.
poison myself as I see fit, Brad.
Mm.
But yeah, I had a pretty great 21st birthday party. I had a lot of. I didn't think so many people would be able to come because I planned it from Bolivia like a week and a half in advance. So it's kind of hard to talk to people. First of all, second of all, it's kind of short notice for people. I don't even know if the people will be in town because a lot of them go to school in other states or cities. But a lot of people came, and a lot of old friends, some newer friends, and it was a really good time. And we had way too much alcohol too.
Ah, of course.
Way too much. I still have some alcohol sitting on my dresser from that night.
So you do have memories of the event, right?
Oh no, I didn't black out though.
Ah,
I don't know. I probably was the top 3 of the drinkers there, but I didn't.
okay.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. I didn't throw up though, so that's pretty sweet. I don't think many. I think only 2 people threw up, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really fun night. Everyone came over. We had pizza, drank, uh, played drinking games, and just listened to music all night. We randomly at one point, some of the people wanted to have a water balloon fight, filled up all the water balloons, and then no one wanted to have the water balloon fight with them, so they were like pissed off.
What the
It
fuck?
was super random,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a fun night. Definitely one of my funner birthday parties. Definitely a memorable one.
Glad to hear so.
Yep. Did you do anything when anything special? I guess it would be your 18th birthday. Did you have like a drinking party, or did you just have a casual get together? What'd you do?
I think I had some food. I think we ordered some food from a place.
Okay. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, very memorable.
Super memorable. All right. Well, let's move on to some League of Legends, huh?
Oh boy.
So we won't go over the patch notes from the last patch because we're a little too late on that. But we'll hit up the next patch, I guess. But we can talk about the latest announced champion, Tam Kinch. So I think it's like Tom Kinch. I don't know, but it's supposed to be like some sort of Louisianan, Southern Cajun kind of style voice and accent. But yeah, it's like a giant frogman, fish thing who eats people.
Indeed, he does.
You excited about him?
Yeah, he looks really cool. Like, not just champion design, but I like his abilities too. I meant like character of the champion, but I really like his abilities. You can eat your teammates and even your enemies.
Yeah. I mean, I really like this champion because I think it's one of the more unique. I think it's probably the most unique champion that Riot's created. Like, the whole concept behind it is vastly different from anything else in the game or most games. I feel like a lot of people really overlook like the whole Louisiana Cajun area. But I think it's a really cool area with a lot of interesting culture to it. True Detective, a really good detective TV show, did a their first season was about it, and I thought they did it really well. But it's cool to see it like kind of crossing into like video games, especially with League, and I think it's a really cool concept for a champion. You know, this kind of like trickster. Well, not a trickster, just like
Kind of reminds me of a con
yeah,
man.
like a backstabbing. Um, dark. You know, like you said, con man kind of character, who's like very smooth talking, but will like maybe slide insults in that you might not catch at first. You know, and just very like kind of musical. Um, how he talks almost, you know. So it's a really cool just idea and feel for a champion. And I'm really enjoying that. Something else that's cool, his kit doesn't seem inherently broken as shit. It seems like it could actually be a pretty easily balanceable kit that could just very easily just be balanced around numbers. Um, so that's pretty cool. Basically, his kit is like. So we'll just do a quick rundown of his abilities, I guess. His passive is basically just a three auto, or no, a 3 proc passive because it works off. I think it charges off abilities too. And basically,
Yeah, it should.
on the third proc, it empowers 2 of his other abilities. And that's all his passive is. His Q is like a tongue lash. That's a slow, and then when you have 3 stacks on a person, it stuns them. And it doesn't consume the passive, so that's a cool thing because you can kind of just chain together the stuns as long as you don't get rid of the passive, which you can get rid of with his W, which is like the Devour ability, which is really a very interesting one because it changes a lot of dynamics for champions. Right? Yeah, so basically, you can eat allies, monsters, or enemies. So it's interesting because you can basically remove anyone from a fight, or like shoot or take someone somewhere for the fight, and so it has a lot of strong utility to it. You can eat allies whenever you want. When you eat an ally, you like get movement speed while running towards enemies. So like you can grab your tank and run with them real quick to initiate and spin them out or something.
Oh, they actually changed it recently, so you get bonus movement speed in general as well. You get half of it.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah.
That's useful. So that means you can like grab your 80 carry and just run away with them.
Yeah.
So that's useful. And then you can like eat monsters or minions and like spin them at people for a shit ton of damage. And then you can, if you have 3 procs of your passive on an enemy, then you can consume them for a massive amount of damage.
Yeah.
It's a huge percent of their max health. Like I think at max rank it's like just over 30%.
Yeah, something like that. And even has scaling too.
Yeah, it has a bit of AP scaling. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting ability. And then you can also it also interacts with its Q in a cool way. If you can use your W while your Q is in air, then you can like devour a minion or monster and then spin them out that way too. So you don't necessarily have to be right next to them to do it. You can use your like tongue to grab them. So it's a kind of a cute little thing they threw in with it. His E is interesting.
I love his E.
Right, we'll talk about it.
The gray health. It's kind of like Street Fighter. Not quite though.
Yeah, I think they said that it was inspired from that or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah. So his E is It's a passive and an active ability. I guess it's an active ability with a passive. Either way. So, whenever he takes damage, the damage will leave this gray health in its place. And I think after a second or two, he'll heal for a certain percent of the damage he takes, scaling with the abilities level up to 40%, was it?
I'm pretty sure it's 40%.
So about that. And then the active of the ability is that you can instantly turn all of the gray health into a shield. So, save you from burst and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty strong ability, but it's not like a high skill cap ability or anything, but it's just a solid trading, like a really, really good trading tool.
I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's also a really interesting mechanic to throw in. Then last but not least, this is ult, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Yep.
It's a two-parter too. You get a passive and an active.
I love the passive.
Yeah, the passive is what makes him not a shitty top laner. Basically, all of his basic attacks and abilities also scale with his max health and a flat amount of damage. So, like his abilities will do like 6% of his health plus 20 damage. So that's his consume and his ton, and his auto attacks will do that as well. So that just makes his damage more rounded out in the late game and stuff like that, and past the early levels. So pretty cool. Pretty interesting way to throw on scaling after laning phase, you know.
Yeah.
And then his ult is really interesting. It's like, I guess it's like a mixture of like Rek'Sai ult and TF port mixed with like taking an ally. So basically you can open up your mouth and then like channel that for 15 seconds, and you can transport anywhere within like I think it's like 6,000 units on the map to like a whirlpool. It's a pretty fast travel time, but there's a decent cast time. And then when any of your allies can just jump in your mouth and travel around with you. So that creates a lot of potential for like a dragon plays or like pre or post fight plays, or like random gank setups. So it just creates a lot more mobility on the map, where two people can just show up anywhere on the map together, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, do you know if he can only take one person with them in ult or multiple?
Depends. He can take, so like if it's like Callista or something, then she can bring along a third, but he himself can only bring along one other person.
I see.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. He should be an interesting champion. I think right now he seems like a pretty decent support. The main issue is he doesn't really give much. He's not like a standard lane support. He has some harass to him, but he doesn't really give his AD carry much, except for temporary invulnerability. So he's kind of a unique support that I think he'll have to play a lot differently. But I think he'll be a stronger support overall, just because I don't know. We'll have to see what his damage is in top lane, but he's just so immobile, and it doesn't seem like he'll farm well under tower. So I don't think we'll, at least we probably won't see him in competitive play in the top lane, I don't think. I don't know, what were your impressions of him?
Yeah. Without that ult passive, he'd be pretty weak at top lane for most of the lane. And he does have like some decent abilities. Like I think his Q is fine and his W is fine if you can manage to eat them.
Yeah, but it's such an obvious setup. Like, basically, if you just want to short trade with him at all times. You don't want him to build up that passive so he can knob you.
Yeah. But if you do short trade with him, he'll heal for a good chunk of it back.
That's true. I mean, even a long trade, he'll still heal a fair amount.
Well, yeah. I mean, like besides an all-in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, he seems very interesting. I'm looking forward to the champ. Um, I mean, he's a cool playstyle and kit, but most of all, he just seems like a really interesting addition to the league. You know, so should be cool. Should be fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna find a way to make him work top.
Yeah.
Might lose some elo, but that's okay.
Never stopped you before, Brad.
Okay.
All right, and then I won't go into super detail about like LCS or OG this week. I haven't been keeping up as much as I could have, just because I'm kind of getting back in the schedule of things. But basically, SKT is crushing it in Korea. Jennair, CJ, and I don't know. There's a lot of people in the middle standings. Well, I don't even know middle standings. The people below SKT are very close to each other in skill level. So it's interesting to watch those teams, but SKT is just looking super dominant. Faker's playing like trollish shit picks like Master Yi mid, Irelia mid, stuff like that. So they're looking pretty scary.
Hmm.
Then in EU, Fnatic is just crushing everybody. H2K also looks really good, and obviously Origin too. So I think those will probably be the three strongest teams from EU this split. I'd be really surprised if it changed. They seem like their strengths go beyond just a meta thing, you know? So that'll probably be those three. And then in NA is just a clusterfuck. I don't know. TSM is looking shittier than they were. It's like they've gotten worse. CLG is good, but like they tilt a lot and then they make really bad mistakes and crucial moments that throw games for them when they're important. They always beat like the worst teams, but against good teams, I don't know, they just kind of. I don't even know.
They
just mess up, man. It's just sad. Sad to watch.
That is sad.
And then, super fucking randomly, Dignitas is at the top of the standings. I think it's mostly because they've just been together as a team a while, so they finally begun to mesh. And they finally like gotten used to each other's strengths, and they can play with their strengths or play around their weaknesses. And they're finally starting to get better at shot calling and things, and like trying to figure out their play style. And now they have Helios on the team as well, who speaks English and Korean, so that's a huge asset for communicating around the team, making sure everyone knows what to do. So, yeah, I mean, Dignitas, they have a lot of mechanical talent right now, and they just need to transition that into better and better shot calling. So, yeah. I don't know, and then there are a few people in NA who like could rise up, and then some of the CLG, TSM, and Dig could like falter or tilt, hit a bad meta, etc. Gravity is looking pretty solid. Liquid's looking good still. There's one other. Whatever. Yeah, C9's pretty much trash. So it's pretty unfortunate. Meteos is the shot caller for them now, and it's just not the same. High was such a godly shot caller, you know. It's really hard to replace them and then still play a shot calling dependent play style, you know. They didn't really they never ever got like advantages in lane. They almost always got their advantages through team play and decision making, team play and decision making. So they either need to get much better in the laning phase, or they just need to get closer to the shot caller that I gave them.
Tired there?
Yeah. Stifling a yawn.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for LCS. And that's pretty much all I had to talk about this week. You got any last tack-ons, Brad?
No.
Alright. Well, cool. Thanks everyone for listening. Especially sticking with us while we've been gone. You know, in the before last week, over that month. You know, I was looking at statistics, and I think we had 100 different unique IPs last month, so that's really awesome. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in every week. Really appreciate it. If you want to stay updated, with all our content and what we're doing and talking about, I would encourage you guys to like our Facebook page, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is just Incoherent Thoughts on YouTube. And you can also watch the podcast there. And then, like always, go subscribe to Brad on his YouTube channel and go watch his content, Squambler. And, thanks everyone for listening, and have a great week.
See ya.